So you mentioned you sort of started to answer the second question, which is looking at factors that contribute to insecurity. You mentioned food deserts, which I think a lot of people have never even conceptualized what that means, that a lot of our communities don't have large supermarkets. They don't have the ability to have access to the sales that those sort of environments allow. You may have like a little mom and pop on the corner.
Yes.
You mentioned domestic violence and that financial manipulation and control piece. What are some other factors that you think lead to food insecurity in households?
You know, abuse is a huge issue. I have so many young ladies who come to us all the time right now where their boyfriends may take their benefit and they have no formula. They can't feed their babies, or they don't eat, they can't produce breast milk. You know, the schools are suffering right now. Our school system with free lunch programs being cut and not being able to provide children the one meal that may be their only meal for the day. And so the list goes on, and there's so many different situations. Food insecurities is a really broad topic, but it also leads to other patterns of abuse and issues that end up in the community. I do know a few police officers who will come by and fill their trunk up with food and different things. They tell us all the time, you know, we'll get to a call at a house and the argument ends up being over groceries. Somebody ate someone else's food. So rather than arresting someone and putting them through the justice system, they can open their trunk and, you know, pull out a few items and help the family, connect them with us, and redirect them to services in the community.
I don't think we think enough about how when one of our basic needs is eroded, how it does then trickle into some of these other either mental health issues, abuse issues,
Yes.
that individuals are experiencing health-related issues, and how pervasive that becomes, especially if you're in a poverty-stricken environment to begin with.
Yes.
And you really don't have much to work with. So that was a brilliant way of sort of talking about the factors and how impactful this issue really is and why it's important to have organizations like yours doing the work that you're doing.